Hey everybody, Ashley here. I'm here to talk about this week's blog post, which is kind of directly correlated to last week's blog post, which was, building resilience, improving your foundation. So the big thing about that is if you haven't given it a read, please go give it a read. It's important for you to understand that before you continue on with this one. And this one is all about kind of how you build your performance after you have built that stable base of movements. So just for example, say you can squat, you can air squat, but you want to get better at kind of squatting. How do we do that? We don't just continue to air squat. Okay, we have to add different things to it. We then have to add load. We can add in kind of this speed. We can do it at a different tempo. We can do it at a higher velocity, such as a jump squat. So those are ways that if we kind of look at improving performance, it's a way to get to a higher level without, really thinking too hard. Okay, so this week's blog post is all about getting to that higher performance standard, and it's all based on that pyramid of performance, which I introduced the idea last week, actually 2 weeks ago now. So go give that a read. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me about that. But we're looking at building a sturdy pyramid, and the number one, as I already said, is building a stable base to that pyramid. If we don't have a solid foundation, then just like our homes, okay, we may crumble a little bit. We want to get as strong as we can on the base, and then what comes next is this performance aspect of thinking, okay? And then typically at the top is skill, which I'm not necessarily going to address yet, but we're just going to stick to this performance aspect, okay, or performance thinking. I always say that we can do these pyramids or make these pyramids in relation to anything, whether it be sporting performance, whether it be kind of just your general daily activities, or even, athletic performance, okay? They're all super important to kind of just get through daily life, or say you're an athlete, you want to get better at something, let's look at how to build your performance. So really, how do we do that? My favorite example of an athlete who kind of struggles sometimes to build performance is a runner. Okay, somebody has decided that they want to start running. They can now run upwards of 3 miles without stopping, but they are struggling. They're struggling to get past that 3 mile point, or say they've decided to run a bunch of 5K races. They don't know how to get faster. Say they have this 30-minute time that they cannot break during this 5K, and why is that? So typically when I ask these people, what are you doing to get better at your sport? They tell me, well, I'm going out and running more. I figured running a higher mileage is going to help me get faster. Can it? Yes. However, for some people, okay, it's not going to make a difference whether you run more or less. To get faster, we need to focus on other things, and that's where performance comes into play. We have to remember running is a series of single leg hops. It requires endurance, it requires power, speed, all the above. So if we don't train those things, how do we expect to get better? The performance block of this pyramid involves things such as velocity, okay, or speed, load, which is weight, how much we're moving through space. It involves endurance, agility, and coordination. Those are some of the big things. I always throw in mindset, positive mindset's extremely important. But if we're not practicing changing our ways, if we are only, say, squatting one load, say, oh, I'm gonna squat 50 pounds every week, and we're not changing it, it's not gonna help us improve. Just like running, if we're only going out and running the same 3 mile loop a week, it's not gonna help us improve. So really, this whole idea of this pyramid is really getting yourself from this initial standpoint, okay, where you can do these movements such as run, or such as do these squats. And like I said in my last blog post, I want you to squat in all these different ways, whether it be 20 different ways, feet out, feet in, feet together, one-legged, two-legged, try it all out. Get yourself a good movement base. And then when we add on top of that are these different things. We add weight, we add speed, we add velocity. Similar to that squat jump, you were able to squat without any weight. Now we're just gonna go ahead and add this little bit of a jump to it, okay? It's gonna help you improve your performance. Sometimes people don't know how to necessarily do this, and that's where guidance comes into play. So if you have any questions about improving your performance or getting better at your sport, or even raking the yard, okay, without pain, or raking the yard better without being so fatigued, okay, a daily activity that many of us in the Northeast have to do, give us a call, because we want to help you achieve your goals and get to your highest potential. If you have any questions about what's written in this week's blog post, feel free to give me a shout. I love talking about this stuff, and actually it was a little bit hard for me to write because I have so much to say about it. But give us a call if you have any questions, or shoot us an email, shoot us a text, and go ahead, try to take use of our promotions that are currently going on. We're doing a running eval promotion and movement promotion, as well as we just started kind of this whole package deal. So if you have any questions about those, also give us a shout. All right, I hope everybody has a great holiday season, and I will be back in a few weeks.